There is a level of emotional control that completely changes the way you move through life. Criticism passes without leaving scars. Provocations find no reaction. Chaos happens, but it doesn't enter. Not because you became cold inside, but because you learned how to close the doors of your mind. While most people react on impulse, over-explain themselves, and hand their peace to any external stimulus, you remain calm, firm, and strategically silent. Whoever governs their own emotions is never dominated by anyone. If you are honest with yourself, you will recognize a painful pattern in your daily life. One careless comment shifts your mood. One dry message is enough to ruin your day. A small inconvenience turns into an internal storm. You replay the situation, ruminate, and drain your energy. You tell yourself you are just too sensitive, too intense. But the truth is simple and harsh. As long as you react to everything, everything controls you. Stoicism does not teach you to escape reality. It teaches you to dominate it. This is not about becoming numb or emotionless. It is about building an inner center so solid that nothing external can invade it. What you will learn here is not a collection of tips. These are principles of emotional armor. Each lesson is a layer in that internal shield. Before moving forward, mark this commitment to yourself. Go to the comments and write, "I govern my mind." This simple act creates a psychological turning point. From now on, you stop living in reaction mode. Lesson 1. The pause is your first weapon. Most people lose control not because of how serious the problem is, but because of how fast they respond. Reacting immediately feels like strength, but it is usually impulsiveness. Between what happens and what you do, there is a gap. In that gap lives your freedom. When you react automatically, you become predictable. When you pause, you take back control. Train yourself to delay responses. Stay silent before acting. The pause is not weakness, it is strategy. Lesson 2. Visible emotion becomes leverage. When your emotions are written all over your face, anyone can press your buttons. That is not authenticity, it is unnecessary exposure. The Stoic feels deeply, but does not hand over the steering wheel. Inside, you process. Outside, you remain neutral. When people cannot read your emotional state, they lose the power to manipulate you. Lesson 3. The strong do not over-justify themselves. Excessive explanation is the smell of insecurity. Those who are confident in their actions feel no urgency to convince others. The more you talk, the more ammunition you provide to be misinterpreted or attacked. Sometimes a short answer or a firm silence ends debates that would otherwise drain you for hours. Lesson 4. Observe the scene without stepping onto the stage. Much of mental exhaustion comes from emotionally merging with situations that do not belong to you. The Stoic observes like a camera. He sees the provocation, but does not accept it. He notices the other person's mistake, but does not carry it into his day. Observing without emotional involvement cuts the drama at its root. Lesson 5. Silence is a position of power. Not every provocation deserves a response. Often, replying only feeds someone else's ego. Strategic silence unsettles, exposes, and protects your peace. While the other person exhausts themselves, you remain intact. Silence is not submission when it is chosen consciously. If this content is already resonating with you, subscribe now to the channel DVT Lucas Official. Building the habit of listening to these teachings strengthens your inner peace and accelerates your emotional maturity. Do not wait until the end to take care of your mind. Lesson 6. Accept discomfort, refuse drama. Discomfort means part of life. Drama is optional. Complaining does not solve anything. It only doubles the weight. Acceptance is not liking the problem. It is stopping the internal resistance to the fact. Those who endure small tensions without collapsing build the strength needed for major crises. Lesson 7. Control the body and the mind will follow. Body and mind are one system. Trying to calm your thoughts while your body is tense and breathing is shallow is a losing battle. Slow the body and the mind will follow. Breathe deeply, relax your shoulders, move deliberately. Those who control their breathing rarely lose control of their reasoning. Lesson 8. The world does not revolve around you. Most emotional wounds are born of the ego. Not everything is personal. Most people act out of their own fears, ignorance, and inner chaos. When you understand this, the emotional weight disappears. Removing your ego from the center makes you untouchable. Lesson 9. Stone principles, water tactics. Stable people are predictable in their values and unpredictable in their reactions. Your principles remain firm, but your tactics adapt. Those without values react the same way every time. Those with values choose how to act. This confuses anyone who tries to manipulate you. Lesson 10. Calm is concentrated power. Calm is not passivity, it is energy under control. The agitated waste their strength. The calm act with precision. A cool mind calculates instead of panicking. When you act calmly, your words carry weight and your presence fills the room. Lesson 11. Your attention is your life. You do not lose peace because of problems, but because your attention is scattered everywhere. Gossip, daily outrage, useless notifications. Focus is the art of saying no. The more you protect your attention, the less reactive you become. Lesson 12. Excessive arguing is not intelligence. Most arguments are nothing more than ego collisions. The Stoic asks a simple question: is this worth my peace? Almost always the answer is no. Choosing your battles is wisdom. Those who fight every battle end up exhausted. When you apply these 12 lessons, something changes in your eyes. The world remains chaotic. People remain difficult, but none of it has permission to enter your mind anymore. You have built a center, a shield. If this content helped you, leave a like and write gratitude in the comments. Share it with someone who needs to stop reacting and start governing themselves. Subscribe to Stoic Spring. Here you build the habit of protecting your inner peace and growing in emotional maturity. Those who master themselves do not need to master the world.